We don't have a formula with photography lights that we're going to repeat over and over again. Every time you go to somebody's house, you're going to find something new. And that's what it's all about. Okay, so let me get my camera gear and then we'll take some photographs. Remember, 90% of the time is looking at the light. Then once we have her set up, the photography is really simple. So let's do that. The very first thing to remember is to always be back at least 10 feet from the model. If you're any closer, you get all sorts of fisheye effects, things we don't want. So be back at least 10 feet, if not more, especially if you're doing a full length, because then you really have to worry about things getting foreshortened too much. Getting that blood red in the nose, in the cheeks, in the ears, and that stands in contrast to the greens or the neutrals. That's the dance of flesh tone. That is where you get those beautiful, it's that contrast, you know. I mean, look how red that is compared to the neutral colors over there on the other side of the palette. I try to start with the darkest colors, but what I'm really doing is trying to lay in those key points. Most people will take the shortcut, just paint that all in dark, then paint the highlight on paint the light skin color next to it, and then blend it a little bit between it to get that lighter color. And believe me, that color is not the same as a color that you would get if you went in there and mixed the color itself. Which freckle is more subtle? Just a little bit of stain in the brush. And here I'm dealing with the optical illusion because that freckle in the shadow there on your skin is going to be way darker than the one on the highlight, but it looks like they're the same, but that's the optical illusion. So now I'm just putting a little bit of scribble or whatever it is just to sort of hint at some of those very, very light. Just a hint. I sure didn't go in and match your freckle for freckle, I can assure you. Again, this is like the reflection in the eye. I'll put a dot of color that's not quite as bright as the highlight, a step under it, overpaint it a little bit, and then inside that color I will put the brightest dot inside the color that I've already painted. Like that.